So the Costa Concordia was a cruise ship owned by Costa Crociere is the Italian name of the company. It's owned by Carnival out of Miami, but Costa itself is based in Genoa, Italy. And it has several cruise ships. They go pretty much everywhere in the world. And in, I believe, 2012, they sailed off the coast of Italy, and this particular captain, Schiaffino, did what he had done apparently and reportedly several times before, and that is sail very close to land in order to wave or acknowledge some people on the beach and on the town where he knew people were. Unfortunately, he also knew, or certainly should have known, there are some rocks off of that island that at certain tide would have affected the cruise ship. And the cruise ship hit those rocks, and it tore a long hole in the hull of the steel hull of this ship. Because these ships have such momentum. It's a huge mass. It weighs thousands and thousands of tons, and it's under power, and there's nothing that stops that cruise ship from going forward. So the force going forward, called momentum, is so huge that if they come into contact with a rock, it will tear a hole in that steel hull, which it did, and it listed a lot. The lean was a little bit, and then it listed way over, like 45 plus degrees, and everybody was in pandemonium, right? Chaos. Well, guess what? And this was at night. And the captain actually got off the cruise ship before everybody else had gotten off. He wasn't the first off. It's just that he got off not the last. He was not the last person to get off. You would think that the rules are that the captain leaves the last, unless there's some weird life-saving, like there's people on who are welding something and they're in a safe position, and then the captain could get off. But he got off before others. He was prosecuted by the Italian government for negligent homicide and sentenced to 16 years in prison. So he was sentenced and served time in prison for that. So that's Captain Schiaffino of the Costa Concordia. 32 people died as a result of his actions. And so we can safely say he'll never sail a cruise ship again. So it was actually right off a coastal town, but not near any major city, right? Which makes it difficult for salvage operations, difficult for emergency rescue operations, difficult for the passengers that did walk off that were not physically injured, difficult for them to find places to stay and things like this. So the whole thing was just total chaos. What a disaster. And because Italian law applied and you had to sue, the passengers had to sue in Italy, the compensation was fairly minimal.